It's the New York Mets taking on the Houston Astros. The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Houston Astros find themselves as underdogs as the curtain rises on the season. Singy, what do you say in the clubhouse when a lot of folks are writing you off before the first pitch is even thrown?
You say forget all that, Boog. Block out the noise because the season is decided on the field, okay? So there's still talent on this roster, and if one or two players have big years, they could be right in the thick of the race.
That's a good point, Chris. Seems like every year we see at least one team unexpectedly make a run, and maybe this season they could be that team. It's the New York Mets taking on the Houston Astros. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Just about set, and starting this one, Framber Valdez. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago.
Well, when your numbers are coming in under 3 as a starting pitcher that's going out there every 4th or 5th day, taking the ball, competing against really good big league hitters, it's extreme.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Safe at first as they can't make the play. And now here's Jeff McNeil. That one lifted to left. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One away. And here's the opening day lineup for the Mets. Chris, this team was outstanding in 2024. What kind of encore can we expect this year?
They gave the Dodgers an amazing battle in the NLCS, Boog, before LA went on to win the World Series. A few breaks here or there, and maybe it would have been the Mets' year. But it's been almost 40 seasons since they won a World Series. You know there's a definite hunger around this franchise.
Off the mark there. Ball one.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Clips the corner, and it's 0-2. Packed house here at Dyken Park. That one is absolutely belted. That's down. One hops off the wall. One runs in. Dubon with a quick throw back in. Runner holds at third, so just one across on the play.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Francisco Lindor, the next to hit, takes ball one.
Oh, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples, and he scored 3 runs. That stat line is so rare. Only one other player has done it.
High fly ball out to left field. Alvarez in position. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags for home. Applies the tag, and they get 2. Double play. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand.
Base runner decided to test him, and it was a bad decision. Outstanding throw on a frozen rope at home. That'll end the inning with a bang.
Back here with my pal Singy. And on the hill in this one, Kodai Senga. What's the scouting report on him?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
And there's a foul ball. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field, and they get Altuve for the out. Let's take a look at the Astros opening day lineup, Singy. They've gotten used to success in Houston.
Absolutely, Boog. I mean, it was a shock to see him get bounced in the wild card round last year. It was the first time they hadn't at least made it to the ALCS since 2017. I wouldn't be surprised if they get back there this season, though.
Mauricio Dubon in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. That misses the zone. Yeah, that's ball 2. Nice warm day here. Good baseball weather. Does that change anything, Chris, especially for the hitters?
Absolutely. You feel so much more comfortable at the plate. You're not worried about, getting jammed on fastballs inside part of the plate. You can kind of be more selective instead of just looking out away so that you can get the barrel to it. And that part, you can get on the inside part of the plate as well.
2-2. 1 out, base is empty. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
It's interesting. You have spring training, wonderful weather, and then most teams go north and it's chilly. So hitters have to kind of get through that for the first month and a half, and then everything evens out.
That one missed. The guy that I've encountered that hates the cold weather the most, Mookie Betts. I mean, he grew up in Tennessee, so it's not exactly like balmy there. I mean, it gets a little chilly in Tennessee, but under 60 degrees, he will wear 2 sets of batting gloves, one on top of the other, and sometimes he'll wear not 1 set of thermals, but 2 sets of long johns over top one another.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
So a man aboard. Here's Yordan Alvarez. Hammers that one deep left field, and forget it. He'll circle the bases. It's 2-1. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Elevated fastballs, especially away, are like putting the ball on a tee. Hitters do a lot of cage work. They're comfortable hitting off the tees, and he was comfortable right there hitting that ball opposite field for a home run.
So 1 out, nobody on. And now it's Christian Walker. And first offering is fouled off. Swings through that one.
Wow, no fair right there.
Balls,
I mean,
2 strikes.
That slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Just misses. 1-2 the count.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Center field. Series sizing it up. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Yainer Diaz at the plate and takes high there. And the next pitch is way outside. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. 2-run shot for the Astros this inning. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Top of the second, and now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Alonso in his 7th season, batting 6th in today's lineup. And he's a former Rookie of the Year. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Since debuting in 2019, no player in the majors has hit more homers than Pete Alonso. Pena. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Brandon Nimmo. In there, and it's 0-1. On the ground, right side. Altuve slings to first. And a couple of quick outs. Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. First pitch, not close. Base hit. That was smoke through the infield. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And now it's Jose Siri. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Tying run is at first here on opening day. And a big swing and a miss. Outside. 2-1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
3-1.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
3-2, 2-out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
And a swing and a miss. And that is that. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Astros 2 and the Mets 1. Back here at Daikin Park singing. These fans are used to watching good baseball. The Astros won the AL West last season for the 4th year in a row.
Yeah, they kept the division run alive, but their streak of 7 straight appearances in the ALCS was snapped.
Senga back to work. And a foul ball. 88 wins last year was enough for another Astros division title, though.
Yeah, that surprised me, Boog. Turns out the AL West was the only division with a champion that won less than 90 games.
That's not a high number, especially with teams like the Rangers and Mariners in the same division. My guess is it takes more than 88 wins to take home the division crown this year. Next offering is fouled back. That missed by a lot. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slice to right. And there's 1 away. And now the DH, John Singleton. Ripped towards third. Slings it across. 2 up, 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. And now Jeremy Pena. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. And a foul ball. 2 out, space is empty. Ground ball, left side, and foul ball. That one outside, and it's 1-2.
1-2.
swing and a ball popped in the air, and that'll fall for a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. That can be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball, but he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spin off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Chas McCormick at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Outside low, and a count even 1-1.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
That's way outside. 2-1. Fought off foul. Now move to first. And he's back safely. Next pitch is outside.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Swing and a base hit. And now 2 aboard. Jose Altuve up to hit here. Grounded out his first time up. That one catches the zone. Strike 1.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
And that's off the inside edge. And now it's even 1-1. Fouled off left side. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Bottom half of inning number 2. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Throw to first in time. Nicely done. They get out of the jam. And we're back onto the 3rd inning. Starling Marte up to hit. In there at the knees. 0-1. And that's outside.
1-1.
That's too low. And it's 2-1. Late swing fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
That was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Ball 1 there.
1-0.
Next pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Up the middle, Altuve on the run, sends it over to first. Throw not in time, and he's safe. Singy, it looked like he might have beat it in real time, but that play was really close, so they want to take another look.
Yeah, this is a tough decision to make, Boog, and it feels like it could go either way, but it might be worth the challenge if there's any doubt at all.
Well, they are going to challenge the call, and so now the decision will be made by the umpires at the replay center back in New York. Another look at it. Singer, are you seeing enough to change the call?
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, it's close, but I think after looking at it a few times, we can see that this guy's probably out, and could be a good use of the challenge right here.
Looks like we've got an answer, and he's out. They took a chance with the challenge, and it paid off for him. Juan Soto now. That misses the zone. Ball one. And a base hit. And that extends the inning.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Now the third baseman, Mark Vientos. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That one's back there. And out of here. Just like that, they move in front. It's 3-2. One pitch, one swing, one home run.
Yeah, you could say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So 2 away with nobody on. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Francisco Lindor. And that drops in for a strike.
One and one.
Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Mets add 2 runs on this blast. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Welcome back. Here's a look at this team's early season projection. First pitch misses. Just missed. That's off the inside corner. 3-0. Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. Swing and a foul out of play. The 3-1. Ground ball, Alonso. He takes it on his own. Leadoff man retired here in the third. Now it's Yordan Alvarez. He's already homered here in this one. That one ripped right center field. That's back there. And it is gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 3-3. He ambushed him right there, Siggy.
Yeah, swinging on that first pitch, and I think losing one over the fence is exactly what he had in mind as well. Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? But a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. And now the first baseman, Christian Walker. Fouled off. He was late. One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the last half of the third. Late on that fastball.
So hard to touch.
0-2.
Being at the top of the zone, 99, 98, even 97. As pitchers do such a good job of teasing that part of the zone, just elevating a little bit. It looks good because you see it for a good while as a hitter. Looks juicy, and by the time you swing, it's almost in the catcher's mitt.
2-2.
And there's a ball. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Hit in the air, right field. Soto brings it in, and there's 2 away.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Diaz now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
0-1.
Tied up here in the early going. Sliced hard, but foul. Swing and a ground ball, and that squirts through. And he can't come up with it. The throw comes in too late. He's in safely, and now there's a runner at first.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Next to hit, Isaac Paredes. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressive. And that will end the inning. But we're all tied up thanks to this solo homer. We're tied now at 3 apiece. Back here in Houston, John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Pete Alonso. Knee high, that's in for a strike. That's a little bit low.
Two, 1.
And that is out of play. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a man on base to start the inning.
He was all over that one. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
And here is Brandon Nimmo. He's 0 for 1. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. They hand the ball over to a new arm, Lance McCullers Jr.
He's got a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs an out.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Over to Altuve, to Walker, and that's 2.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. Right through there for a strike. And a swing and a miss.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Hit in the air, left field. Alvarez in position. And that'll do it. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the DH, John Singleton. And that's fouled off.
Well, these Astros doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game. Fastball down and in. Good spot to get a ground ball, but that one had eyes.
Next to hit, Jeremy Pena. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. 0-1 now. And strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Foul ball still 0-2. in the air out to right. Soto gets under it. Makes the grab. And there's one down. And stepping in for the Astros, Chas McCormick. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
One ball, no strike.
In the dirt. Fastball for a strike. All tied up here on opening day. Next pitch is outside.
That's a ball.
That one missing inside. And a foul ball. Strike 3, got him with the sweeper.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
Turned on, but foul wide of third. Fastball is outside. Kicks and deals. A sliding stop. Gathers and throws, and they get the out. New inning getting started, and stepping in for New York, Jose Siri. Tap foul at the plate.
Well, these Mets, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've logged 6 hits at 90+ exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. That one gets down for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
0-2 now. Good job to fight that one off.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. One away here in the 5th.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Swing and a foul straight back. Runner on the go. Pitch is low.
That's the ball.
Throw to second. He's safe.
Hey.
That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that's pretty much the dream 2-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
And ball
No, that's
one.
low. Ball.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
On the ground, out to short. Now the throw to first on the run. Nicely done for the out. The run. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now the number 2 hitter, Mauricio Dubon. Senga back to work. Liner to second and picked on the hop. McNeil gets it to first. 1 up, 1 down. Air Jordan steps in to take his hats. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Alvarez goes 6 feet 5 inches, 235 pounds, and he was selected for the All-Star game last year. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets, Jose Butto preparing to come on if needed. Minter also throwing. 1 down, base is empty.
Ball.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
On the line, base hit.
All over that one right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. New pitcher now, Jose Butto.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Walker swings through it for strike 1. Comes up empty.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Outside low, and the count is 1 and 2.
1 ball,
Way to
2
lay
strikes.
off that pitch down.
Oh, right to the backstop. Alvarez into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
And that one fouled off. Runner at second, 2 down. Next pitch misses. 1-1. That one hit to right. Brings it in. And that is the 3rd out. All set for the top of the 6th. Here's the 3rd baseman, Mark Vientos. Foul ball there. McCullers winds, fires. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Foul ball, it stays 0-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Here's Francisco Lindor. That's through there for a strike. Lindor was born in Puerto Rico, but actually played his high school ball in Florida. And that one pulled foul. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. All tied up here on opening day. Line to left. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. Here's Pete Alonso, 1 for 2. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. He swings and fouls one off. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. Liner, base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Now that left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
So up next for New York, Brandon Nimmo. That's inside.
No, that missed. That's a ball. 1-0.
Lifted in the air, right center field. McCormick trying to get there. He's got it, and that is that. 1 hit. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now the third baseman, Isaac Paredes. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Activity in the bullpen. Dedniel Nunez. The hard-throwing righty is up and loosening. Young, a left-hander, also throwing. Missed with a changeup. And the count is 2-0. Fought off foul. In the dirt. And now 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck, right field. Pulls it in on the warning track.
It's a really good swing. He just didn't get quite enough of it to beat the wind. It's blowing in from right field right now.
So now the Astros designated hitter, John Singleton. That's outside, and that's ball 1.
1-0.
And another ball. That one misses, and that's ball 3. And there's a foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
The shortstop,
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Jeremy Pena digs in now. Swing and a ball popped up. McNeil under it. Hauls it in for the out. Chas McCormick getting ready to hit. Just
That missed. That's a ball. 1-0.
And a foul ball. Singleton off of first with 2 away. Next offering misses. 2-1. That one missed. Jose Altuve in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And ball 4,
Outside,
2
ball
aboard.
4.
Oh, that could be a big walk in this ball game. Moves the go-ahead run into scoring position. So some pressure pitches coming up in this next AB.
Back to the top of the lineup, Jose Altuve. Up next for the Astros. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. That one hooked foul. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, and that one finds its way through. The run scores from second. It's an RBI single. It's 4-3.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Here's Mauricio Dubon. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. One runs in. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds it third.
Big RBI for him right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And now Yordan Alvarez. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
So with second and third occupied, they go for the intentional walk. Base is now loaded, and there's a force at every base. So bases all loaded up. Christian Walker up next for the Astros. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
It's 0-1.
Bases loaded, 2 down. And that one fouled off. The 0-2. And there's the ball.
1-2.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
2 outs. Bases are full. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Hard hit, base hit. 1 runs in. A second scores as well, and they lead by 4. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this. Sean Reed Foley gets the call from the pen. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Now it's going to be Yainer Diaz. Base hit and a run in to score.
No waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Here's the third baseman, Isaac Paredes. Just missed. Walker at second. Diaz on at first with 2 down. That one off the mark. 2-0.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
And it's fouled away. That smash towards center. Stretches out and hauls it in. All in all, 10 come to the plate. They bat around and 5 score. We're through 6 full. It's the Astros 8 and the Mets 3.
Yeah, we in go mode. Never going slow.